Hey folks, it's Nick Granville. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I put out this video a couple days ago about arpeggios and about that 4-cell idea, about playing like if we're in the key of A, you'd play this cell and you can move it everywhere. Had a really great question here from someone. Concepts you use playing over non-traditional chord changes. How do you move smoothly from, let's say, A minor to B flat, right? So I thought let's do that and let's kind of talk about how to use those arpeggios that I talked about in that last lessons, right? So let's take that example, A minor to B flat, right? Let's just say A minor 7 to B flat major 7. How do you approach that? Well, you can there's two kind of approaches I'll take to it typically. First one is I could just try and find a key center, right? And if I look at this, right, Aeolian, wrong sound, right? A Dorian, wrong sound, right? But a Phrygian, that's the one, right? Because it encompasses that B flat note. So a Phrygian would be a sound that would work over both, right? On the A minor chord, it would create this sort of Spanishy tone. That kind of thing, you know, right? And then on the B flat, creates a Lydian tonality, this kind of thing. That sort of sound, right? Like I would think of the second chord in Bright Size Life, right? So that could be one approach, right? Find a scale that fits both and creates the right kind of tonality that fits the tune, and you're away, right? Another approach could be just to find the arpeggios of each particular chord. So say I had 2 bars of A minor and 2 bars of B flat. Well, I would go. Could be something like this, right? I would go A minor, right? Use those cells. Then, if you haven't seen that video on the arpeggios, I'll link it below. But my A minor cell would be this. It just repeats in the octaves, right? Doesn't change except for the B string. And then the B flat cell, same thing, but B flat major. In this case, major 7, because all of these cells start from the 7th. Right? And then I just play each chord change. So you see there, what I'm thinking is like, what's the arpeggio, I'm trying to create melodies, really is what it's all about, right? And actually, probably to be fair, there could be a third approach, right? I could try and look at it and go, well, I mean, there's lots of different approaches, but these are just starting points, right? But another approach could be just to kind of take a real simple kind of look at it and go, well, do I even have to play any chord changes at all? As long as I play a melody that sounds good, it is good, right? And that could be an approach, right? And maybe you just sort of find some target notes that move with the chord. So that's another way of looking at it. And actually probably a fourth one, if you want to go there, a fourth approach to it all would be to start playing other chord changes in amongst it. Where if I have A minor for 2 bars, I might go A minor, C major, B flat, right? Because A minor and C major, relative major and minor, right? And then to B flat, and that just creates a little more interest, right? Right, and I could do the same on the B flat minor play. It's relative, right? I could go to B flat to G minor and back, right? Because B flat and G minor are the same. And you see there, you start to kind of create these melodic ideas that sound like you're kind of weaving a way through it. I often look at music like that. How can I weave a little narrative through this, right? Because to me, it's like when I'm soloing, it's storytelling. That's my concept of it, right? Not everyone does storytell, but I try to. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I'd approach those. Now, what happens if you have something that has a lot more chord changes that goes by quickly? Steely Dan, Deacon's Blues, right? You have this. I'm actually thinking do a video just on this tune in itself because there's some genius level stuff going on. But nonetheless, this. So you had to play over those chord changes, right? What are you going to do? They're flying by really quickly. Well, the thing is, a lot of times people think you have to kind of spell out every change, right? The chords are going by like way quicker than that. Like that's not going to work, right? So the thing I try and find is like what are the ways that I can find a little kind of melodic idea that runs through it? Like where's the center line through it, right? If I look at this chord here, right, and that's C major 7 going to G over B, G add 9 over B actually. No, it's not B minor 7 sharp 5. I've heard people call it that. It's wrong. Does it sound minor? No, it doesn't. It sounds like that. Right, so it's G major add 9 over B, the third in the bass, right? Right. You could be right. Another line that kind of links in there could be right. That's real pretty, right? Another one. Right? So you can see I'm trying to find where's the melodic line that kind of links between those chords, right? And then I'll make a real point of that, right? In addition to using arpeggios, right? In addition to kind of finding home keys, all that kind of stuff, right? C major to G, add 9 over B, you could kind of look at that and go, well, it's really just like the 4 chord to the 1 chord in G major. So that could be another approach, you know what I mean? Like trying to find the home key if you get time to, because there's always some relationship, right? That's the thing. Like if you don't think there's a relationship, then it's kind of just random. And you do get songs that kind of operate like that, you know, some contemporary kind of jazz stuff, definitely some contemporary classical stuff where it starts to become very kind of random and all over the place. And, you know, and then in that case, hang on for dear life. No, I'm only kidding. There is actually ways to approach those, and that's a whole nother thing. But for me, these are the things I look at when I'm trying to figure out a way to kind of get through unusual chord changes, right? You know, because we're not talking here about 1-4-5 blues. We're talking about stuff that moves like you wouldn't kind of expect. I mean, that's an unusual chord progression, right? D flat major 7, C 7 sharp 5, then it does the same thing down a tone, then down a tone again, then D flat to G flat 7, right? The G flat 7 is not going home, so it's a secondary dominant, so Lydian dominant would be the sound I'd use there. The D flat major, of course, I'm going to play D flat major, and then each of those other chord changes, I'm going to try and play the chord change. Right. Your 4 notes cell, and then right, just the straight arpeggio, right? And in that case, I could take my cell, I should say, rather than shell. Just raise the 5th. Right, and there's the 5th. That would be. Now you have to do that per each chord. So the thing is, you want to get this under your fingers and have it kind of really, really down. There's no guessing about how this goes. Do you know what I mean? That you can just, you know it's under your fingertips and you can actually get to the point of playing music. Because if you're still kind of thinking about the mechanics of it, Meaning, you know, this chord, where's this note here? Thinking doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? You can't be thinking. You've got to be like responding, and that happens at an ear level, right? It doesn't happen at a brain intellectual level, because that's done in the practice room. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I hope this is helpful. Thank you for the question, and yeah, drop me a comment below and let me know if there's anything you think you'd like me to cover. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. You know what to do. Yeah, the big thing that people can do to help, if you want to help my channel out, share it with other people. You know, I'm 18,000 subscribers now, and I appreciate every single one of you. It'd be really cool to get to 20,000 before too long. So share it with other guitar players, and, you know, help me build this channel. The more this channel builds, the more I can do this. So, and the thing is, if it can grow a little quicker, then I can put more time and effort into it. Hey, thanks very much. I'll see you soon. Cheers.